I want to go back to one of the oldest things of all, which is the games themselves. And Ted, everyone's looking forward to the day when the Mystics, the Capitals, the Wizards return to the courts, the ice, and begin to play games again. I'm not going to ask you to make news and tell us when that'll be, but I think we all know that when that happens, it's going to be without fans in the stands, at least for a while. What will you do as an owner who loves to engage his fans? What are you going to do to keep the fans connected to these franchises as they start to play games without fans being able to be there in person?
Well, that's very astute, Ron. We are preparing to play the remainder or parts of this season that we're still in. Remember, we just suspended this season and then to go into the playoffs. And obviously, we've never done that before, where you bring all of the teams together and you play in one arena, a couple of games a day, and then the playoffs without fans. So we're really all focused on first innovation on cameras, right? I don't like what I've seen with the flat camera, same camera angle, watching the soccer matches and seeing it doesn't feel right to me. So we want to make sure that, okay, there are no fans. We can bring cameras closer into the players, closer to the play. You can have drone cameras. You can have Kiswi, another one of a revolution in my investment, to have multi-cameras. You can just say, I just want to follow Alex Ovechkin with the camera on this shift. And we really need to push the envelope in production value to present these games. And then as the players, they're going to be in a bubble. So we need to be using technologies like we're participating with here to reach out, not just to the media, but to the fans and the like. And for us, we need our fans to trust us. We work with the leagues, we work with local governments, we work with the CDC, we'll work with everyone to find the right cadence, the right pace, the right way to come back. I think it'll also accelerate the public-private partnership between sports teams and their arenas and government. Madison Square Garden, and we are on top of metro subways. I have to make sure that people feel comfortable that when they're coming to the game, that the metro is super clean, right? I read an article about new lighting that can help clean and kill germs. I want to send it to the head of Metro. We want to install it in our own building, and we're going to appoint chief hygiene officers. We're going to do everything that we can to make sure that as we start to reopen up and bring fans in, that we'll do the things the right way. We also want to stamp out stupidity. I hate when people just are throwing ideas out, talking. The other day, I thought it was interesting. Someone said, well, you should social distance to bring your fans into the building. And it was, well, okay, we would need 20,000 people socially distanced in line. That would mean we would need 22 entrances, 2 feet for a person, 6 feet apart, 2 feet for the next person. 880 people, that line stretches 1 mile long. Who knows how long that takes to get in? But then how do you get them out? How do you social distance them in the arena? Now we're looking at that. It might be in a 700,000 square foot arena that seats 20,000. We could get one day 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 fans in. We will work the right way to reintroduce the fans into the arena. I'm confident that at some point, I don't want to get back to normal. I do want to get back to fans feel comfortable being with other fans. I have on my desk this book on the Stanley Cup and the parade. There was no social distancing going on the mall in Washington, D.C. How can we get back to that? It's going to take a lot of work with the government. It's going to take a lot of work with the leagues, but we're all committed. And I look at this, that these teams are they have such longevity. They're so important to the community, not unlike universities, right? Ron, you and I went to Georgetown, 1789. I just talked to Dr. DeGioia on the phone. Yes, this is a tough thing to maneuver through, but he's been around since 1789. This is like a gap year, right? We'll figure it out together. And long term, I believe that sports is proving how important it is. And we have to be good stewards of the sport for our fans, for our partners. Now we have to be great stewards for our media partners, ESPN, Turner, NBC, and the like. And we also need to innovate, and we're going to leave that to esports companies, Sport Radar, and people like Jason. And if you see what Jason's done at DraftKings, we're in good hands.